to Anime Death Spiral, the only anime podcast that's right. I don't know how I feel about being the first to tell everybody, but we are the first and only podcast that's getting adapted into an anime. That's right. Pretty cool, right? Right, Remy? I'm pretty excited about the news. We are partnering with Cloverworks to do the adaptation. We're still going through script revisions, but I think at this time it's probably looking like it's going to be an isekai, which I'm a little bit iffy about, but I'm willing to work with them. I'm such a huge fan of the Suicide Squad isekai adaptation that I was like, you know what? Yeah, make me Harley Quinn.
You know, we've got heavy metal rocker in another world. We have accountant in another world. We have vending machine in another world. And even on this side, you know, we've got countless anime about drawing manga. We have body swap anime about drawing manga. We have child labor law skirting anime about making anime. We've got anime about writing books, bad books, terrible books nobody wants to read. We've got anime about every aspect of creation. You know, there's a great one by the Blade of the Immortal guy about a woman who becomes like a shock DJ. Did you know that?
A shock DJ in another world?
No, not in this world. But I'm sure
okay.
there's a shock DJ in another world too.
No, that's actually cool. I like that. I like that a lot as a premise.
No, it's cool.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it a lot because people are allowed to do everything. So many manga guys I read conclude a great series that's like a horror manga or a fantasy or some kind of like crime procedural, and then immediately work on their passion project with it, which is a teenager who's good at baseball. It's like, great, cool, man, fucking great. So when the Blade of the Immortal guy wraps up his shit and he decides he did a little bit of a post-epilogue story. I don't know if you ever read that, but it's good.
No, I haven't yet.
It's cool. It's like right at the era where they're starting to modernize, and he gets into a little scuffle with, I believe, the Shinsengumi, because of course he does.
Those guys.
You have to. You got to.
Yeah.
These guys.
These guys. These secret police over here.
These guys are always trying to fight people with swords. End up fighting the immortal. And he wrote a cool little short story about how if you go home after many years in Tokyo, you go back to visit your grandparents or your parents or whatever. The small town is actually evil. It's a good little short story about your hometown is evil. And a few other things. He's written a lot of different stuff. But the big series he wrote after that was about a girl who discovers that life is worth living because she becomes like a radio DJ. And
that's awesome.
She rants on the airwaves. So I was about to say nobody's really done a long form podcast, manga or anime before this, but that's not true. Because the radio DJ thing, even though she doesn't have a co-host, she's just podcasting.
No, that's different though. Radio is different than podcasting. Let's be honest.
It's not different enough. I mean, I think it falls right in there. And honestly, I don't know if there is another podcast manga, because that if they did do one, it would immediately be canceled because it's so insanely unpopular and uncool. Nobody would want to read that.
Which is why we came to the decision to make it an isekai, right? Because
it's really the only way to do it.
Yeah, no one's going to read anime losers full stop. They want to read anime losers in another world.
It's like really the only way to do it. And, there is a bias too, because look at the way that anime and manga fans are portrayed in the average anime and manga. It is not kind.
Mm-hmm.
They're not nice. They're not nice about it.
No, well, okay,
and
so...
they shouldn't be. No, they shouldn't be, but they are.
They absolutely should not be, but let's be clear. We would not be otaku. We're anime podcasters, which is much classier and more well-respected.
I no longer even consider myself an anime or manga otaku, because recently I've been actually'd online, which I believe does make me a male feminist. I can no longer. I've been I've been denied my entry into the halls of Valhalla.
You got called a LARPer. You got called a LARPer on the comments.
That's very mean to me.
I know. Hurt our feelings.
I can't believe this, but people on the internet don't understand hyperbole? That's fucking crazy, dude. I didn't know. I thought we were all on the same page and that, we had destroyed literalism in comment culture, but I guess not.
This is just an inherent flaw of the English language. I don't know what to tell you. There's no way around it.
Okay, guys, in the future, I will use my hyperbole font, okay, if that makes it clearer to you. I'll put on a silly little voice. Will that make it better when I say something that's exaggerated? If I say it like this, oh, yeah, he's actually literally the strongest man in the world. Will that make it clearer to you that I might be exaggerating for effect, you stupid fuck? I'm not mad about it, though. I'm not mad about it.
No, we're cool.
I like being actually. It's fun. It's like a fun exercise in dealing with people who don't have brains.
Oh, man. Okay. I think that we should just jump right in to let's move off of this. Let's jump right into Anime Summer 2026. That's what the people want to hear about.
Yeah, they want to hear about anime.
We got some hits piling up right here. I want to kick it off because I'm super excited to talk about what I watched.
Okay, let's do it.
So I watched the first episode of the new Ghost in the Shell series. And
hold on, I'm still mad. Hold on.
Well, all right, let's get it out of your system.
Let me get at you, fucking asshole. No. I like Ghost in the Shell a lot. It's cool. It does not make me mad.
It does
Ghost
not.
in the Shell makes me happy. In fact,
Hey, listen, a happy place. Go to your happy place.
Yeah, Ghost of the Shell makes me happy. It's fun. I downloaded the PS1 game in preparation.
Hell yeah.
So I could literally just watch the cutscenes because honestly, that game is really bad. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Cutscenes are very good. In fact, cutscenes look like the anime. They're clearly like, hey, let's do that shit.
Yeah, so I think that game stands out as being probably the only other Ghost in the Shell property to lean into adapting the art of Masamune Shirow and the manga.
It gets pretty close.
It's not 1-to-1, not like the new Science Saru show is, because they're going full on to the point where how do I say this? I think that the new Ghost in the
recreating panels.
They're recreating panels in a way that gives me the feeling almost of like the classic golden age of cartoon animation. Like 40s and 50s stuff almost.
Yeah, like when Guts met Griffith.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because they do a lot of like cartoony stuff with the animation. They're doing weird smear frames. They're doing, honestly, a lot of like wiggly limbs and stuff, like almost leaning close to the rubber hose style of like that classic Betty Boop kind of animation. It's very, very interesting because then you have like almost simplistic kind of deconstructed down to like base shapes character models in a lot of scenes, minimalist in some ways, and then you put them in front of the most beautiful detailed like cyberpunk backdrop paintings that I've ever seen in an anime, and it creates this like it feels like they would clash with each other, but it melds in a way that is, I like looking at it. I think that it's pretty is what I'm trying to say.
It's pretty and it's good to look at.
And I think that it's coming off the heels of the success of, Edge Runners as well, which is kind of this weird, like recurring cultural thing of the look of like cyberpunk aesthetic, right? Because Ghost in the Shell was being drawn and written in like the mid to late 80s and early 90s. And so its look was cribbing a lot from, the emerging like cyberpunk fiction genre or like game genre in the tabletop stuff. Because that's when you have the cyberpunk tabletop game coming out. You have like Shadowrun, stuff like that. And then all of that is kind of taking its own look from like a mix of William Gibson stories and Blade Runner, the movie.
Well, I mean, this is all literally downstream.
Yeah.
I don't. The Gibson is channeling older stuff as well. It's not like this is all whole cloth. But again, this shit is every single thing in Ghost in the Shell, every single thing in Cyberpunk, the TTRPG and the game and subsequent visual content. That is all ripped straight. You can go and find the page in Burning Chrome, like the sentence where Ghost in the Shell was fucking conceived, where Cyberpunk was conceived. Gibson would throw off like little lines and they would just become entire properties,
Yeah.
And I've said before when we talked about the Cyberpunk anime, the Trigger one, they like sidestep the game almost entirely to go directly back to the old Gibson stories. And I think that's what makes that anime story like work so well, better than the fucking game story.
Well, like Lucy, like you said before, is basically just a 1-to-1 copy of Molly Millions, right?
She is completely Molly Millions. And in a lot of ways, like this Ghost in the Shell adaptation is coming into the world at a time where we are about to get a live action Neuromancer adaptation, which I think is like...
Oh, shit, I didn't even hear about that.
You don't know about this? They've been talking about it for a while. It's been happening. It's fully ass happening.
Okay, I just thought it was chatter, the way everything like has a movie adaptation coming out.
No, they've been filming this shit, dude. I'm not sure we have a concrete release date, but we have the full cast.
They heard all of the people online ironically talking about how they like Johnny Mnemonic, and then they decided to go full in on Neuromancer.
Hey, Johnny Mnemonic is good. I don't even like Keanu, and Johnny Mnemonic is like genuinely good. That's a good ass fucking movie. Ice-T is very funny.
You know what? It's got a dolphin with a computer brain, like hacking computers.
Jones the Dolphin is an all-timer. He's fucking addicted to dope. He was like a military reject. That dude rocks. Jones is so fucking cool. There are very few sci-fi characters that are as interesting as fucking Jones the Dolphin.
Yeah. So, I don't want to spend too much time just like saying how good the Science Saru Ghost in the Shell anime is, because I think people know that by now. It's Science Saru and Ghost in the Shell is cool. What I was more thinking about when I was watching it is, and a lot of people are talking about this, is the portrayal of specifically the character of the Major in the manga and now the new anime versus how she was portrayed in the Mamoru Oishi movies, right?
Yeah.
And so I think there's a lot of people who are seeing this current version of the Major and going, wow, that's very different. I wonder how we got to this place. Because in the show and the manga, the Major is much more of a I don't want to say like light character, because she's not. But
light?
Yeah. I mean, like,
do you mean like human? Like she's an actual person?
She is an actual person
she's a real person
in the show.
In the manga.
But more in the way is that she's like kind of a bad person in the manga and this show. Like, she kind of sucks.
That's what makes her human, I think, is like she kind of sucks. She's like, occasionally like stupid and cruel, and selfish and mean.
And impulsive.
Yeah, it's super impulsive.
Okay, so the thing that stood out to
She's
me
a cop.
about
Yeah.
the thing that stood out to me about the two majors. Well, they're both cops. Like there's no getting.
They're both cops.
There's no getting around that.
You're right. They're both cops.
But the two majors is the manga major is human in this way, like you said, where she's like, because she has this amazing robot body and because she has the backing of the state to basically do like carte blanche espionage missions and assassinations. They are okay. The ghost unit in the manga is effectively a mercenary group. They're not really
tier one. They're tier one operators who are stone cold fucking killers,
and not in the way that they are like operators the way they're portrayed in the movies, or like the way fucking what's Splinter Cell's name? What's that guy? The way he's an operator, where he is being sent in by
Sam.
Sam
Shepard.
The way they are being sent in by the government because they're soldiers and that is their duty to like go in and kill people for the government. The way they operate in this is the government kind of like suggests a job at them and then they can negotiate pay, because this cyberpunk world is, and again, this is going directly back to that William Gibson influence, hyper capitalistic in every aspect of it. The government is explicitly stated to be subsidiaries of the major like existing Japanese zaibatsus that still exist. They were never in this world. They were never broken up after World War II, and so continued to grow in political influence both in Japan and globally, to the point where there's not really a distinction between the various like companies anymore. There are just sectors like 1 through 6 or whatever of the government, and sometimes they fight each other and sometimes they act as one entity when dealing with other political entities, but like their stated goal is still to be making money for themselves. That's very clear. And the ghost unit in this are exactly the same. And so the major, she forms the ghost unit. That's like the very first thing that happens. All of this takes place because she exploits a political bigwig, to give her the government backing and money, like the funding to start this. And they just kind of like do stuff to make money, and they use the money to buy more equipment to do more killing with. Like, I genuinely think they're in it for the love of the game. And this is like
Case,
this,
like Molly.
Yeah. And it's exemplified by the end of the very first episode when they rescue a bunch of child slaves that were in a brainwashing center owned by the government that they work for. And they free all the slaves, the slave children. And the one kid is like, so, like, what? Are you going to take us with you? Like, what are you going to do with the orphans? And her response is, well, you've got like you're alive. What more do you want me to do? Get out of here, kid.
Yeah.
Just leave. I'm done. I did my job.
Well, what else are you going to do?
Yeah. Where I think that up until now, because let's be honest, I think a lot more people have a conceptualization of Ghost in the Shell as the movies and standalone complex and that other not really good anime that they made in like the 2010s. All of those are much more focused on this, on exploring the idea of transhumanism through the major and what it means to essentially be a bodiless intelligence that can move bodies, right?
They really like zoom in on the ghost and shell dynamic.
So you have that major, which is all about contemplating what is the nature of humanity, what is a soul, does the body shape the soul, does the soul have to seek out like a shape for itself, You know,
Yeah.
you have this like dynamic interplay between the Major, who we're told is a human mind, but in a fully robot body, who is hunting down this, mysterious entity who we later find out is the first fully aware, self-governing AI.
Again, I don't want to harp on this, but it is literally Wintermute.
Yeah.
It is just Wintermute. That's
We're gonna have to move past the Gibson.
Out.
We're gonna have to move past Gibson and just look at Ghost in the Shell for itself for a minute.
I know. It's just so crazy that it is just exactly this plot. It is just this, and like, they turned Molly into a cop, which is just like
not great.
What is not? It's mind-boggling, but whatever. Yes, sorry, I won't do it again.
And so that is what people kind of envision. What the point quotation marks of Ghost in the Shell was pondering like the nature of humanity, right, and the nature of a soul. And then on the actual source material side, you have the Major, who is more or less just pondering, if I have no human constraints, then what are my limits in terms of of experience? She straight up says that the good part of being just a ghost in a movable shell is that she can just pretty much do whatever the fuck she wants, right? If she wants to be a guy for a while, she can do that.
Yeah.
If she wants
but
to,
you canonically cannot experience heterosexual sex.
No.
You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that.
Explicitly forbidden.
It's part of the user manual when you get the fake body.
Okay, now that you say it like that may be Masamune Shirow introducing some of his own personal ideas about sexual dynamics into it. Maybe it doesn't hold up great overall.
A fun quirk of his is writing. He'll just stop in the middle of a page and write a little lore paragraph explaining one of his decisions. Which is very funny. It's fun and it's funny, and also he does that during the sex scene to be like, so it's okay to do girl stuff, but girl guy stuff, it'll actually fuck up a robot's brain. It's a thing. It's
no, I know it's a thing. It's just every time you say that, it's so bizarre. It's
weird. Really funny.
There's so many easier ways to justify lesbian sex in your story. Can we agree on that, right? You can think of any number of reasons. First and foremost is maybe the Major just likes having lesbian sex.
Maybe part of transhumanism is that you decouple yourself from the idea of gender at large, right?
Yes. Well, and I think that is actually an aspect that does get explored a little bit in the manga, because they do make allusions here and there implying maybe that the Major did not start off identifying, as a female personality, right?
Yeah.
Which again, why not? If you're just a floating consciousness and your body can be whatever, then what the fuck does gender mean to you?
Yeah. You play girls in video games. What's the deal? What's the problem?
Yeah, exactly. I find that dichotomy between these two perceptions of the franchise very interesting, because and again, they are both cops. You can't escape that. At the end of the day, it's the two versions are more or less just talking about, do we explore the theory of mind through an explicitly techno-fascist lens or through a capitalistic fascist lens?
Yeah.
Anyway, go watch Science Saru's Ghost in the Shell, because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's great. It's awesome.
It's very cool. It looks cool. The manga's cool. Ghost in the Shell is cool. I like the movie a lot. And I do want to say that I like the movie a lot because I don't want to sound condescending when I say this.
Too late.
But, it's just Ghost in the Shell and Ghost in the Shell 2 are often held up as sort of, these monumental, philosophical works in the anime space, and I often find that to be, challenging to engage with, because there's a lot of, there's a lot of like, dude, what if like the red I see is different from the red you see, man?
Yeah.
Like, well, a lot of the stuff is like some intro shit. What if you had like a body and a mind, and maybe those things could be decoupled? Whoa. And it's like, okay, fine, whatever. Those are interesting things.
I think the value of that first movie, at least, is posing those very introductory philosophical questions, because that is, something that gets taught about in Philosophy 101.
And I don't want to, I don't want to dismiss it all like completely, and I don't want to boil it down to just those concepts, because yes, I know it explores various different things. It's not just that. But after watching Kaiba,
yes,
which effortlessly explores these things with greater depth and like humanity and empathy and intellectual curiosity, and that plays these concepts out, especially in regards to a hyper-capitalist society, not holding its punches in any way in its depictions of how these things work and interact with each other, economically, politically, theologically, philosophically. Kaiba just, and I don't want to put these things in conflict, but Kaiba runs fucking circles around Ghost in the Shell every fucking day.
All right. Well, actually, that is a good segue point, because
yes, I wanted to lead you into into Witchman, Mongolia. I'm trying to get us there.
I appreciate that. Yes. Obviously, I think Kaiba was made pre-Science Saru. Or maybe it was the first Science Saru production.
Kaiba is pre-Science Saru.
Pre-Science Saru. Well, this goes into the other show that I wanted to talk about that I watched, which is the other Science Saru production coming out this season, which is Jaadugar,
Jaadugar.
A Witch in Mongolia, which has the same art director as Kaiba. There you go.
Yeah, which is very cool, right?
It's amazing.
It's very cool.
Science Saru fans, we are eating so good this season, because I think almost as a opposite to the kind of bombasticness of the Ghost in the Shell animation that they did, Jaadugar is exploring a much more toned down, almost simplistic animation style, art style, that is very reminiscent of what Kaiba looked like, which is the first thing that I clocked when I saw the trailer. I'm like, oh, that looks like Kaiba, which is amazing, because Kaiba's awesome.
Which is great.
Yeah. And so this is adapting a manga that started in 2021 by author with the pseudonym of Tomato Soup, which I like. I like Tomato Soup. I don't like that for a name. But this tells the story of Sitara, who is a slave girl who was born in the Persian city of Tus, and grew up in a kind of educated household, learning about philosophy and, geometry and mathematics.
She's a lot like the character from Apothecary Diaries.
Yes.
Except maybe a little bit more educated in other fields than medicine.
Yeah. Well, I was calling this Kaiba by way of orb.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
A little bit. I was thinking Apothecary Diaries the whole time.
Okay. I mean, it's kind of this very colorful, toned down, very Persian classical artwork inspired, like architecture and the way the costumes look and everything. I mean, it's not inspired. It's actually pretty historically accurate from what I read. And she grew up in this educated household, learned how to read, how to write, all this stuff. And then, wouldn't you know it, her city gets sacked by the Mongols. Hate it when that happens.
Damn, bro.
I know. Really, really hard to be a
Bad luck.
slave and then to get enslaved by another another kingdom of slavers.
Change in management.
Yeah. Old boss, same as the new boss. But yeah, it's pretty early in. It only has 3 episodes out right now. I haven't watched the third one yet. But it's kind of exploring these ideas of freedom, of obviously what it means to be a slave, because I do appreciate that they're not shying away from that fact. It does suck to be a slave.
Oh my God. It sucks so bad.
It sucks really bad.
So bad, you guys. It sucks so bad. And
Would not recommend.
A lot of anime and manga try to be like, it's not that bad.
Well, it also kind of
is.
tries to do that at the beginning here, because it tries to present the dichotomy of growing up with the benevolent slave masters that taught her how to read and write and educated her, versus the Mongols. Now I'm wondering, because I've not read the manga, and we're only a few episodes into the anime, is she a witch because she's educated, or is she going to start casting spells at some point? When you use the term witch, specifically in anime, it has a specific connotation. I want some spell casting. I want some lasers going off. Or is this kind of like a thing because she's a witch because she can tell the circumference of the earth through shadows,
I think it is in that what's up with like a lady who can read kind of witch style.
Man, it sucks to be a slave.
It sucks so bad. Oh my
sucks
God,
to be
it
a lady
sucks so
slave.
bad.
I don't know if anyone's ever said that before.
Damn, dude. I started reading a manga that I dropped immediately about a dude who's like really good at gambling, and he like accidentally wins at a table he's not trying to win at, and the prize is a slave girl. And it's all about how he's like a chill slave owner. He's like, yeah, I'm one of the good ones. I don't believe in the bad slavery stuff. I'm not gonna make you be a slave.
Rise of the Shield Hero is the one of the worst things to ever happen to culture.
My God. I know. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. It's not a lot of great slave stuff. It really is man, y'all we really grew up in a very aware of slavery country over here.
Yeah.
Talked a lot about slavery, at least where I grew up. I guess maybe there are some states where they don't lean on it too much, but hard to ignore.
Yeah, hard to. It came up.
Yeah, and then you think, wow, I guess there are places in the world where they don't really talk about it.
Yeah,
as
they just
much.
don't really think about it, and as a consequence, you get kind of a weird. It's the paternalistic, benevolent slave master trope, right?
Yeah, or everybody vaguely understands that slavery is bad. It's straight up just objectively a bad thing to be a slave and to do slavery. It's just bad. But
But what if you were one of the good ones?
Yeah, or people will do the thing where they'll look at history and say, well, if you put it in a historical context, it was a gradient. There were, in some cultures, slavery wasn't as bad as in other cultures. And I would say, you know what? You don't really have to, you don't have to do that.
Yeah,
you don't have to
you don't have to say everything that you think.
You don't simply have to give it to some slave owners for being better than other ones. I think we can all pretty much agree it's all bad, right?
It's all bad. So I don't know. I think what I like about this and what I like about Kaiba is, I guess, the way that it uses this very childlike art style to broach a lot of very heady topics, like slavery, like the concept of transhumanism. I think it takes away. It takes away a style of aesthetic that people like to latch onto, that makes it easier to ignore the message that it's trying to portray, right? I don't know if you've seen that meme drawing online of, it's a Gundam, it's a crudely drawn Gundam, and someone shooting a laser at it, and the laser's going over the Gundam, and the laser is labeled "War is bad," and Gundam is labeled "Cool looking robot."
Yes, I've seen the meme.
Yes,
I've been online,
and I think that the art style in this actually, it doesn't have the strappings of the adolescent, like, cool, right? Like, it doesn't have big robot. It doesn't have cool sword guy in it. It has weird little, like, blob people talking about how much it sucks to be conquered by a nation,
It does suck.
It does suck. Or
historically, that sucks.
It has like weird little fingerless cutesy dudes effortlessly tearing each other apart because their space fascist government has declared you verboten, right?
Yeah.
Some of the darkest things happen in Kaiba that make you grapple with because you're seeing such a cute drawing do it. As you notice it more, you can't ignore it the way you can if it's preceded or comes after a cool fight scene.
It's a very interesting way to juxtapose a shocking thing and really foreground it against an aesthetic where you wouldn't expect it. It is interesting when it works, and it is devastating when it does not work.
Yes. That is true. That is very true. Anyway, Science Saru, absolutely killing it. Go watch Jaadugar, A Witch in Mongolia, and I don't know, maybe give Ghost in the Shell a shot. It was okay, I guess.
It's fun because, I talked about it a little bit. The director here is yet another Masaki Yuasa disciple.
Yeah, right? Protege.
Yeah, and Kaiba, in that era, they were working at Madhouse before Science Saru was a thing. And recently, the other big Masaki Yuasa disciple, Shingo Natsume, is have gone back to working at Madhouse for Sunny Boy and Tatami Time Machine and his new movie that I'm very excited for next year.
Oh man,
I think it's a strange industry that they're all just swapping back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's good work if you can keep it.
Yeah, Masaki Yuasa out here doing it, churning out the best of the best. Really incredible to watch. A master at work. Inuo, god damn.
Oh man, I love Inuo so much.
Inuo is so fucking good.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's a shame we don't live in a world where The Night is Short, Walk On Girl isn't coming out and doing, Chainsaw Man numbers.
Yeah, I know.
Or even Look Back numbers. It didn't even get a theatrical release over here. Or if it did, it was one of those limited series releases.
It didn't near me, but, unfortunately.
Yeah, like that, and man, it really deserved big, wide releases because this, if it was a Ghibli product, it would be out there.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely as good or better than any recent Ghibli movies.
God, it's been forever. Since, not forever. I think I saw, we saw Boy and the Heron, but I think I skipped several of them before that. I didn't watch The Wind Rises. I didn't watch Up on Poppy Hill. I don't know. Ghibli has been pretty hit or miss, but I think Masaki Yuasa is doing what you're supposed to be doing in that he's out there. His specific mission seems to be to not only create, more art himself, but to foster other creative artists. I think he's one of the guys out there who's putting a lot of focus on Science Saru was a project to get more directors out there like him, right? Not necessarily to do crazy experimental animation all the time, because they're doing stuff like Dan to Dan, which is like them trying to do the mainstream thing, and they're still hitting it out of the park. Man, I love Science Saru. I love Masaki Yuasa. I'm very excited for all of this.
Yeah. I'll say, like, it's interesting on that regard to watch this Yoshitaka Amano project, Zan. Have you followed this at all?
A little bit.
This is like Yoshitaka Amano. He's doing his own anime series. He's decided to bring together like the top of his generation's talent.
He's putting together a dream team.
He put together his dream team, a lot of kind of like older titans, because he was determined to do a full hand-drawn animation for the whole series. It's hard to tell these guys' tones, over translation. They seem to be kind of going like, well, one last ride, boys. One last hurrah for the good old animation.
Once more into the fray.
Yeah. And it's hard to say, because like I've read interviews where sometimes they're like, well, it's important for us to do this because then like, we show like guys, we show younger guys that this is still possible. But at the same time, they've also been saying stuff like, well, somebody's, we're the last generation who can even do this. We're out here doing it. We're going to finally put a capper on it. So people have been saying conflicting things, and I wonder what the actual tone is.
I'm imagining like Japanese. Crusty old Yoshitaka Amano chain smoking while he tapes broken bottles to his fists like Liam Neeson at the end of The Gray, and he's just reciting that poem. Let's do this, motherfucker.
I don't say this to undermine Amano, because I have tremendous respect for the man, and he's absolutely an all-timer. He's the anime Gustav Klimt for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But don't look up what he has to say about AI.
Oof. Oh man.
Yeah. Don't go and looking for that. But Zan looks cool. Looks pretty cool.
All right. That's all the stuff that I've watched so far. Surely you've watched something from Anime 2026 though, right?
Yes, I have. I went ahead and watched Black Torch, the one that I kind of was like ripping on a little bit. Maybe not ripping on.
Well, but, no, that's fair. You have to do your due diligent research in order to effectively rip on something. You don't want to be out here talking out your ass like some kind of LARPer.
No, I wouldn't. I would hate to do that. Fake fans would never actually watch the real anime before they talked about it.
Absolutely not.
But I did. And I've read the manga, like I said before. I liked the manga. I was actually surprised and sad when the manga got canceled. So I went in with, an open mind, but I have to say, putting aside how distracting it is that the first episode is about like a kind of, an essentially orphaned boy who like grew up in a tough environment, meeting a horrible monster that kills him, and then like a legendary creature like sacrifices itself to revive him so that he has the power to like defeat monsters, and then he immediately gets absorbed into the state apparatus. It's a little distracting watching that in a post Chainsaw Man world.
Yeah,
like I said, I think we were talking about the manga. In some ways, I really don't know, but it feels like Chainsaw Man was like a parody of Black Torch in a lot of ways. Like just straight up making fun of Black Torch, and it's like kind of like generic sincerity. And, Fujimoto coming in here and people like all of his editors and everyone going like, you need to do like a shonen ass shonen, and like, Fire Punch was like too fucked up for general audiences. Like it made people sad and feel weird and stuff. So we need something that we can turn into an anime. Can you like do a shonen? And he was like, okay, let me pop open jump. Let's see what people are up to. Oh, here's one. This one's kicking off. Seems pretty popular. Black Torch. Interesting. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh wait, it kind of sucks. I'll do like a funny version of it. And then Chainsaw Man becomes the monolith, the anime monolith that it is.
I mean,
and watching the first episode of Black Torch, it's really hard to shake that feeling because it feels, in a post Chainsaw Man world, it feels so bland. You know, it really does feel like you're eating, like you went to, a fucking Ruth's Chris or whatever, and then you're at home, like, cooking the steak on the fucking, like, range. And, like, it's unseasoned, and you're just, like, chewing on it. You're like, what the fuck?
I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, and like Black Torch, the animation isn't bad, but it's like, it's clearly not like, fucking killing it. It's just like, it looks like an anime.
Well,
so on top of all that,
it's not a MAPPA production, right?
It's just, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I feel for them. I am just even more baffled as to why it exists. But I do feel for them. But I just don't think you can do this story after Chainsaw Man. I don't think you can do that. Even after Jujutsu Kaisen.
You're talking specifically about like teenager gets recruited to Demon Hunter Club or whatever.
I'm talking about kid who is basically an orphan, grew up in a tough environment, fights a monster and dies and absorbs the power of like a legendary like creature, and then becomes like a fated boy who has to join the fucking FBI. Like that exact fucking story, which is told a million times, but like you can't do the straight version of it. You have to give it something, especially in a post Jujutsu Kaisen, post Chainsaw Man taking over the world era. And Black Torch doesn't. It plays it so fucking straight.
Well, so, to look at that specific type of show, the FBI kid like thing, manga, I think that goes a lot farther back than just Jujutsu Kaisen, because, I think that's all downstream of Bleach, right? Bleach was like the big one.
Oh yeah, well, and Naruto absorbs a fucking evil and becomes a world cop too. But like, there is a specificity of the details here that are recreated in both like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man. And I know that we've been doing this kind of thing for a long time, and especially the joining the cops thing, which has been so literalized. It's just. Even in Bleach, right, there is a twist, right, because he's going to be executed, like in Jujutsu Kaisen. He has a time limit, right, before they're going to kill him. Mm-hmm. The Soul Society thing being like, hey, there's like a world underneath your world. There's another dimension here, and we're like the dimension cops. Is a layer that Black Torch doesn't have, right? Because in Black Torch, it's just, hey, yokai are real and they eat people, but don't worry because the Japanese government has cops that deal with it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And that is Jujutsu Kaisen, that is Chainsaw Man, any number of other lesser-known ones.
Yeah.
What is the juice, though, that made Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man both work in that respect? Obviously, Chainsaw Man is because it is itself trying to be a self-aware kind of comment on the whole thing, or at the very least, maybe it didn't. I don't think it ended that way, but that was definitely a feeling going into creating it, right?
I think Fujimoto has an incredibly keen eye for bringing something different to the table, right? And like I said, I think a lot of it is like him going, this premise isn't enough. You need to like do something to it. You need to like fuck with it a little bit. and you need to have like a different tone. That's the difference between Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen, I think, because Gigi Akutama kind of plays it way more straight, but Gigi also has he has the charisma to pull it off, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think a lot of it is Jujutsu Kaisen's style. Yeah. For what it's worth, the characters are all very well designed, and I don't just mean that in that, like, they're typical anime, like, designed to be attractive people. I think they all have very distinctive elements of their characters that exemplify the type of characters they are, in very specific ways. And I think that Fujimoto takes that concept and runs circles around Gigi with it.
He rips it apart in the best possible way. He does the fucking Tom York thing, right? Where he like takes one of these things and he rips it apart, and then he just picks up random pieces from the ground and tries to glue them back together, which is fun. It's like a fun way to do it. Mm-hmm. And of course, they both, on the animation side, they both came out swinging with like fucking all-timers, right? Yeah. Like, it's a little unfair. Black Torch does not come out of the gate with an all-timer. It gets the regular ass treatment, and I think that's because, unlike Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen, the manga did not change the world. It fell off a cliff immediately.
Yeah, it got canceled after 19 chapters, you said?
Yeah, 19 chapters, and that's not even. I don't think that's even the manga's fault, because, like I said before when we were talking about it, the drawings on the page are great. They're not inferior to anything that Gigi was putting out. I think they're as good. Even if the story is bland, like, the dude can draw his fucking ass off and it shows on the page. Yeah. I think it was just like, sometimes it hits and sometimes it doesn't. And because it's so in the hole coming out of the gate, nobody's like putting all-timers on the project. And so it comes out and it's exactly what you fucking expect. It's like, okay, it's a fucking anime.
Well, I mean, I guess it is good to have a reminder every once in a while that anime is, by and large, mostly mediocre. I think we tend to focus on the either extremely bad ones to the point where they warrant commenting on, or just the ones that we personally like the most, which usually happens to be like the good stuff,
Yeah.
Just saying, we're tastemakers. That's all I'm trying to point out. Like, we're.
I like to think that the good stuff is worth talking about more than the bad stuff, generally.
And that's why I have to bring you back down to my level every now and then, because I like talking about the bad stuff. Because
I'm not above like ripping on shit. I'll go there. It's fine with me. I like doing that too. But when there's good stuff and I can point people in that direction, like, why not? Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, this is one of those times when I have to be mean, because hey, this is like not good. It's not good.
It's not good. It's not good.
It's not good. It's in fact bad. Let's talk about something good.
Okay.
I mean, there's not really that much more to say. So,
yeah. Let's round it out with something good.
Yeah. Because I've been sitting on this way too long. I just want to talk about it because I can't wait anymore.
Because you're such a huge Tom Cruise fan. I know that you're a cruiser. You're a big cruising guy.
I am a cruising guy because I peeped the catalog. Like, what else do I have to say? You know what I mean? I don't know if you've seen the trailer for Digger, but
I saw it.
Also, like, what the fuck? What is happening?
I mean, I do genuinely like it when Tom Cruise gets weird with stuff, and I think more people are espousing that sentiment. But also at the same time, weird dude. We would not be in a room with him. Wouldn't want to be in a room with him.
Extremely strange guy. Extremely strange guy. Plenty of reasons not to like him personally. And I'm not begrudging anyone for that. But damn, dude, come on. Holy shit.
Like, have you seen Collateral? Like,
Collateral is I fucking love that movie so much. That movie kicks ass, dude. That shit rocks.
Oh man,
I think that's my favorite Michael Mann.
That's your favorite. That's your favorite man-made movie.
Yeah, I mean, I've said before, and I know I really shouldn't even say it because I get hated on, but like I'm not a Heat guy. I don't really like Heat. I just don't. It doesn't hit for me. You know?
Played all that Payday. You have thousands of hours in Payday.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to that, I much prefer Thief. I think Thief is the better like robbery movie. Thief is great. James Caan is like fantastic.
Well, yeah.
And
obviously.
I think it has much more iconic imagery. And you know, I like Manhunter. Obviously, I think it's as good as Silence of the Lambs. I'm willing to say that. I think people hate on it, but it's just like, give it another chance.
Okay, you can't be named
like really
Michael Mann and then make a movie called Manhunter. You're not allowed to do that.
Well, he didn't name it that.
They should have gone with something snappier, like Red Dragon.
You know what? I've never seen his version of Miami Vice, but I bet I would like it too.
Yeah, probably.
Never went back for that one. Anyway, it doesn't matter, but I get what you're driving at. His version of All You Need Is Kill, the Tom Cruise version of All You Need Is Kill is very good. Edge of Tomorrow is great. It's better than the manga.
Internationally known as Live, Die, Repeat.
Yes, Live, Die, Repeat, which is a good title. I get why they changed it. But he is fantastic in that. I think he's, like, really good. I like it when he plays a fucking asshole. He's, like, really good at it.
Yeah.
And he's a little creep in that movie. I love that he's a propaganda officer. I think that's really funny. It's a great change.
Love that about him.
It's such a great change from a grunt. Because in the manga, he's just like a grunt.
He's just like a guy, right?
Yeah. It like literally he wakes up in the barracks one day and it's happening. And they made a great change. It's like a really smart change because his character can then like grow a lot, which is, you know, really that's kind of what you want in a movie. That's like one of the big parts of a movie. Yeah, you
generally want a character to have an arc. You know, that's usually one of those things that kind of provides a sense of resolution and accomplishment for the audience. Having, you know, sat through the story, they want to feel along with the character.
Yep.
All classic tools of storytelling.
Yeah.
Okay, so Live, Die, Repeat had a story. Yes, go on.
It had a story. And in All You Need Is Kill, this remake movie, they basically go like, fuck that story. Who gives a shit? Nobody needs that shit. Who cares?
Well, okay, so I haven't seen it yet. I did know going from the trailer that they made a pretty big change in that now the POV character seems to be switched to the female lead.
Yes, it's spiritually. It gets dicey, right? Because this is such a departure.
Oh, so
the original manga and the Tom Cruise movie.
So they're like really just kind of doing their own thing with this one.
Yeah. They make a lot of interesting changes. Okay. I mean, we are working in the same space, but like first of all, like we've said before, Rita is the main character now. Like fully. This is all happening to her.
We've gotten rid of the guy completely?
No, there is a male lead. KG is here. I forget what Tom Cruise's character's name is in the movie because he's just Tom Cruise.
Just call him Tom Cruise, yeah.
Yeah. But in the manga, he's KG, and in this movie, he's KG. But we don't meet him until like a while in. Also, Rita and KG and the rest of the people in the movie are all working as sort of like loggers, basically. Because the plot, right, is that this thing comes from outer space and it grows into like a huge tree when it hits Earth. And the government kind of employs a bunch of people to use these like big mechs from Alien 2, right? The power loaders to like climb all over it and like log it. So that's her job.
Okay. Oh, sorry to interrupt. I had to look it up. In Edge of Tomorrow, his character's name is Major Cage.
That's awesome. So it's KG. Yeah, he is KG. Basically, good job. Well played.
All right,
funny.
go on.
So they are, right off the bat, they're not traditional like soldiers fighting an incursion. What happens is one day, while Rita is on duty logging, and everybody's logging, these crazy plant monsters, like just out of nowhere, all wake up and kill everyone. And Rita happens to die in a freak occurrence right as this happens, and she wakes up that morning. She's looping.
She's in the loop.
And no one believes her, and she starts feeling crazy, right? We go through the entire time loop thing, and it from there kind of plays out fairly similarly, right? We're doing a time loop. The big difference being that because we're all looping day one, there is no like resistance, right? There are no military soldiers. Nobody is fighting back except Rita.
Interesting.
It ends up being like Rita and Keiji waging this endless war just by themselves, which is a huge change.
Yeah.
And it's also like, it's really great character work because Rita, she, like, her main battle is loneliness for a long time, right? And
been there.
yeah, and this becomes like a struggle because her characters struggle outside of the time loop, right? This is all great parallelism, right? In the script writing, her main conflict in her life is isolation and loneliness. So this becomes a literalization of like her inner struggle. Very classic, script setup.
Yeah.
And it works really, really well. I will say this movie's 82 minutes, and it maybe is the one time I'll ever say this, but they could have added like 10 more minutes to really wrap up everything.
Wow. Okay.
I think the ending is pretty abrupt in a way that I felt like we could have had a little bit more time, but that's also because I really enjoy the time with this character. Like, I think Rita is fantastic. She's really, really great. This is directed by Kenichiro Akimoto, who's, I think this is probably his first directorial work because he's spent most of the time working in art departments and other people's projects. Very funnily, he worked on one of the Halo Legends animations. He worked on Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and Children of the Sea, and the third Berserk Golden Age movie, which I am a big defender of.
Really? You're a big defender of that one?
Yeah, I love those movies. They're very good.
Are those different than the 2016 like series that they tried to do? Okay.
They are very, very different.
I keep having to remind myself that. Okay.
You should watch them. They're very good. They even really did a remaster of the first movie and redid the stuff that people didn't like.
Oh, okay.
So it's even, you can even watch the corrected version, which is good.
All right.
I still don't think it's like bad anyway. It's just, you can see, where they had to use CGI to make up for some low budget stuff. But it is not like the 2016.
I'm currently about halfway through a reread of Berserk right now, so it would be a good time to get in on those.
You definitely should. And this looks fucking incredible. It just looks great the entire time. Every frame a painting, as they say.
Yeah.
Like, I think in this case, literally, because
who
it's
says
like
that?
this is some hand drawn shit.
I don't know anybody who says that.
Some people say it online.
Some people say that.
There's some computer animation stuff here, but it is used, I think, symbiotically with a very traditional. Actually, I can't say traditional because it's more like our Misaki Yuasa style, kind of a non-traditional anime style that uses like non-traditional silhouettes and like a lot of interesting transforms to express movement.
Oddly enough, when I first saw
color work,
when I first saw the trailer, one of the things that came to mind, and it's not, it may be a kind of a stretch, but one of the things that I thought of when I saw the trailer was Ping Pong the animation.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Which is another amazing looking show that everybody should watch because it kicks ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very
great.
excited to see this. I've been meaning to watch it for a while. I've got a whole list of anime movies that I've been sleeping on. This one and Chow and some other stuff. And also stuff that I'm looking forward to coming out. So
Yeah. I never got to talk about Chow either, but
Yeah.
like that movie is also fucking incredible. I loved it so much. Absolutely like mind-blowingly great. Also something that is like off model in a way that's really interesting and is more like something like the Shingo Natsume meets kind of a Ghibli style thing going on there. Which is also very interesting and weird. Mm-hmm. That's a guy who worked under some big people on the big Naruto movies, and he worked on Steam Boy. That was directed by I think Yasuhiro Aoki, who's done like a lot of really weird and interesting things.
Yeah.
Like he's fucking great. Like run, do not walk to watch both of these movies. Like we have good stuff.
It's out there. It's just sitting out there.
It's fucking out there. I mean, honestly, like anime movies right now is like a incredible run, and I still haven't even watched the new Gundam Hathaway movie or the new Mononoke movie. I'm still sitting on those, waiting for them to come out. But like this has been an incredible run so far, even without those.
All right. Well, got any more to say about All You Need Is Kill before we wrap up?
I could just sit here and explain everything, but I don't want to because I want you to go watch it. This shit is like, it's eyeball shit. This is eyeball shit. Just put it on and watch.
All right. Well, then I think that does it for this week.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm so hot. It's so hot right now.
We are, due to the effects of global
Sweating like
warming, we are
crazy.
melting into our sweaty anime chairs right now. So
How can I watch anime when it's so hot? How can I watch it?
You
I
should
can barely talk about it.
you write to your senator right now. How can I watch anime if it's so hot?
What the hell, man?
All right, tall, beautiful, handsome listeners. This is it once again. Go do the stuff. Ring bells. Hit likes. Download the stuff. Download and talk about it. Talk about us. Talk about us to your friends,
Yeah.
to your family, in your college class, very loudly, so that everybody around you hears you mentioning the name Anime Death Spiral, like
Yeah,
specifically.
just say those three words. You don't even have to do it in order. Just
walk
say those three words a
into
lot.
like a crowded venue or like a mall and just yell Anime Death Spiral, and you'll
why
have
not?
done your part.
Everybody's phones in like a 6 meter radius will immediately recognize that and put it into the algorithm. That'd be great for us. Yeah. Come on to the socials and, well, actually me, so I can talk to you.
We will reply. We'll have an internet argument with you. We have no shame. We have nowhere better to be. So come at us.
I'll do everything in my power not to like verbally abuse you. I promise.
All right. Until next week. Bye.
I think it's funny. You did fuck me a little bit here.